Back, WNST for Coppin State Sports here all fall and into the winter. And, of course, basketball season upon us. You'll be hearing Juan Dixon's group as well as Dwayne Burrow's group here at WNST.net. And part of that, I get to talk to all the coaches over there, including the baseball coach, who had a couple of signees. Sherman Reed's been coaching the team over there for 7 years now, or is this 8 for you, Sherman?
7 years, Nasty. About 6.5 to 7 years.
Well, I know you're also a listener to WNST, and you know we talk plenty of baseball around here. It was a pretty good season this year for the Astros, right? I thought Major League Baseball kept me entertained as a baseball fan, and I know you don't get to be a head coach of Coppin of baseball unless you love baseball as much as I love baseball.
Yeah, grew up with the Orioles, and I tell you what, Major League Baseball, from a young kid out there, making the extra dollars as a college kid and a high school kid selling at Old Memorial Stadium. There's nothing like it. So go way back with the Baltimore Orioles and really Boog Powell and the legendary Brooks Robinson that used to wrestle with me and my brother on his way into the stadium for a game.
But, you played for Billy Hunter. Obviously, you're running a program that at one point Paul Blair ran. There's a lot of Orioles and a lot of Baltimore and a lot of love of baseball that leads a guy like you to Coppin State and bringing more young people into your program and try to play baseball, right?
Well, it's Division I, Nestor. It's Division I, and I tell you what, there's sub 300 total programs out there. Today, I think the last count was 297.
Wow.
And guys want to play at the highest level collegiately that there is, and that's what attract baseball guys to Coppin. It's a Division I baseball program, and, kids with talent want to play at the highest level.
I'll say this about college baseball because I have not watched a lot of college baseball. I'm not a guy that's watching the World Series in Omaha every year. It's just time of the year. I'm watching different things and doing different things. One of the weird parts for me about baseball, not only at the collegiate level but the high school level, is you're out playing at North Carolina A&T on February 16th. You're going to be playing baseball, right? In Greensboro, North Carolina, Emmitsburg, Maryland. I know what Annapolis, you're going down to Navy and playing late February. They come up here at Camden Yards in April, and they're starting their season the last day of March this year as well. You can't play your best baseball in February and March. It's too cold.
Nestor, that has been a main subject at the collegiate level for years now. I know that there was a movement and a proposal out there to somehow play baseball, college baseball, play the season either in the summer, true summer, which you'd have probably an April 1st start date instead of the third week of February. Or there was a very strange total thinking outside of the box in that there was a proposal put out there to take advantage of the beautiful weather we have across the country in the fall and have the fall segment be the legitimate baseball segment.
Well, I don't think they want to compete with football on that end, right? Probably.
No,
and soccer as well.
That would be a good idea. No, but I like the idea of an April 1st start.
Well, and getting your guys ready to play in off season, tell me a little bit about your program. I know you'd like to invite the community out to be a part of it as well. We're not broadcasting your baseball games, but certainly the basketball side of things. And seeing Juan on billboards around town, that probably helps you on the baseball side as well.
Yeah. Juan is a Baltimore legend, and it's funny. We have a commit, not an NLI commit, that said that his dad was a great big. He's today a big Maryland fan, and Juan Dixon was one of his favorite all-time players, and that kid committed to us. But Juan definitely brought some major exposure to Coppin State. And he's a legend here in this area. As for baseball, Nestor, we've had our ups and downs here at Coppin over the last few decades. And having to come in 2011, 2012, my goal coming in was to try to rebrand baseball, so Coppin State baseball, so that when you mention Coppin State baseball, we'd be looked at as a very credible Division I baseball program that's doing some great things by the young men that we bring in here. And I think we've achieved that. We're at a point now where, the phones never stop ringing. The coaching staff's out there working really hard. And, I like to use the phrase that's true, that while we struggle to recruit my first year or two here, now we've been sold out for a couple of years in terms of, if we had a roster that could expand to 80 players, we probably could have 75.
Where are you now? How many kids? And give me the scholarship situation for baseball, because it isn't the biggest money maker. You guys play your games down at Joe Cannon Stadium in Hanover, right?
And that's true. Most of the teams across America, believe it or not, are not fully funded. A fully funded baseball program would have you with a maximum allowable budget for scholarships of 11.7, which is another subject that has been talked about in collegiate baseball for some time now. You have a maximum roster of 35, and you don't quite have 12 full scholarships. And when you look at the sheer number of roster players for baseball, it's second only to football that have over 100 kids, and then those kids, for the most part, get a full scholarship. So I know Scott Boers at the ABCA, the American Baseball Association Conference for coaches, 4 years was a keynote speaker, and he made it. He was very clear in that he thought that Major League Baseball should come up with a way to subsidize collegiate baseball, because we act as a feeder, and kids are now leaving college baseball, and less than 2 to 3 years they're now up on the big stage. So we act as a feeder for Major League Baseball, but we don't get any subsidies to help increase that maximum scholarship from 11.7 to upwards of 20.
Well, hey, man, you're a Towson alum. They almost shut the program down there a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, we're not. Baseball is not a revenue-producing sport. Baseball with 35 guys, you figure you got to uniform 34 guys. You got to feed them. You got to transport them to games. The official fees are very expensive with a 56-game maximum schedule, and it absorbs a lot of money. It absorbs a good percentage of any athletic department's budget, and Towson has had their challenges, and it was great that the alumni all reached out, including myself, and was able to contribute to have that program stay intact.
Well, you try to pick games here, and you play a lot of baseball games, man. I'm looking at this schedule. Feels like you're playing 20 games a month. Literally, almost like more than an NHL team plays, as an example. You guys are moving and grooving here, playing a lot of baseball in the spring.
Yeah, it's about 4 to 5 games in a 7-day period. So when you look at that, and it's compacted in just 2.5 months. So you can see it takes its toll on your pitcher staff.
I was going to say, you better have pitchers.
Yeah, you better have a lot of pitching. You'll never have enough pitching at this level, because those games pile up in a hurry, and that's for sure.
Hey, I appreciate you taking a little time and coming on, educating me. I got dumb questions and you got smart answers, and I do appreciate that. Entering his 7th season as the head coach over Coppin State, of course, Juan Dixon and D. Wayne Burrows bringing the ladies Eagles as well as the men's to WNST this year, where we're having all the coaches. Hey, I might bring you on here to talk some Orioles baseball in the spring. I don't know if you have 5 minutes to breathe between playing all these games you play come February, March, and April, but it's great to have you on. Always love having the local guys that love baseball as much as I do on.
Thanks, Nestor. My pleasure. Look forward to talking again real soon.
One of the good men in town here loves baseball, Sherman Reed, the head coach. And, of course, if you're not familiar with Sherman, playing over at Towson with Billy Hunter, involved with Yankee Rebels, involved in Maryland baseball forever, and Cal Ripken collegiate baseball, and over at Catonsville. So Good on Sherman Reed, our guest here from Coppin State this week. You can learn more about everything they do at Coppin at CoppinStateSports.com. And, of course, the games are on here as well. You can find me out on the BuyAToyota.com audio vault 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world on your mobile device by downloading the TuneIn Radio app. We do come in crystal clear from anywhere in the world. Our morning newspaper ships to your email inbox digitally each and every morning at 7 a.m. It's free. It's easy. It's all brought to you by Planet Fitness and PlanetFitness.com, where it's still $10 a month and there's never any commitment. They are always judgment-free there as well. You need a little holiday inspiration, try planetoftriumphs.com as well. Our breaking news service is brought to you by Coons Ford of Security Boulevard. That happens on WNST's text service. You can sign up at the website free of charge. All brought to you by Coons Ford. It is our best service here during Pittsburgh week. Nasty at WNST.net finds me. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram. Streaming live right here on our Facebook Live as well as our YouTube WNSTV channel. I am Nestor, and we are WNST.net, AM 1570 and WNST Towson, Baltimore. And we never stop talking Baltimore sports.